Hello, beautiful souls, and happy full moon in Pisces. Yes, lots of energy is coming up in this full moon of Pisces. The full moon is about release and cleansing, and on top of the fact that we're in full moon in Pisces, which is the deep emotional sign, it's the last sign, it's the culmination of the zodiac with the sun in Virgo, which is the end of the first half of the cycle. So Pisces and Virgo in opposition represents the culmination of the self in Virgo, where Pisces represents the culmination of the collective. So we have this sense of this opposition, right, with the full moon in Pisces and the sun in Virgo. It's being of service, and Virgo is all about service, but then Pisces about, well, what's best for the greater good. And Virgo is about being very practical, where Pisces is very nebulous and etheric and spiritual. So there's a lot of opposition going on in a really clear way. But on top of that, we have 7 planets in retrograde, and retrogrades are about a time to pause, reflect, and let things in life catch up. And with this full moon activating these retrogrades, pausing, reflecting, and now what can we let go of, right? So we have Mars is direct in Libra right now, but Mars doesn't like Libra. Mars does not feel at home in Libra. Mars is about taking action, and Libra is about keeping the peace. Libra is ruled by Venus, which is, the feminine of the planetary rulers, where Mars is ruled, Mars rules Aries, which is the polar opposite, right? So again, the self versus relationship. But we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo right now. So Mercury rules Virgo. So there's a huge emphasis on communication, but also what am I thinking of here? Like our daily routines, kind of figuring out, how we can better make the most of the routines that we have. How can we change them to better suit what we need? Then we have Venus retrograde in Leo, and Venus is the planet of relationships, retrograde in Leo, which is ruled by the sun, and it's about ego and creativity and having fun, right? So Venus retrograde brings to light the meaning of our relationships, how we're getting in the way of them, or they're getting in our way, where we might not be showing up authentically. Then we have Uranus and Jupiter are both direct, but Jupiter is about to go retrograde, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion and good luck and fortune. So sometimes, and it's going to be in the sign of Taurus, which is all about our home and our personal possessions. So there might be some changes happening at home and in the home front. Chiron is also retrograde. Chiron is an asteroid that is described as the wounded healer, and is also the secondary ruler of Virgo. And it's all about looking at the wounds that we have in this lifetime. How do we heal them? And with this retrograde, it's about going in on a deeper level to really dig up those wounds and really, and with this full moon here, let them come to the surface. We're being supported and letting them come to the surface and healing them in a really deep way so we can move forward. Then we have Neptune, the planet of illusion and spirituality, also in retrograde in its home sign of Pisces. So I've been feeling a little spacey, and I know I have. Let me tell you, that could have something to do with it. And then, of course, we have Saturn is the planet of restriction and habits. It also can represent the relationships to our fathers or father figures in our life. And then Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn. It's going to turn direct for a couple months to go back into Aquarius and go back into retrograde into Pluto and then come back into Aquarius. And Capricorn is about hard work and Aquarius is about the collective. So there's this kind of, and Pluto's about transformation. So as Pluto is like kind of going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius, there's this real sense of, okay, let's look at how we've learned how to work better and bring these lessons to the collective. And let's go back and figure out, well, what wasn't working and how can we make it better for the collective, and what's not working and let's make it better before we shift into Aquarius for like the next 100 years or more, I believe. And of course, there'll be some retrograde periods, but they're going to stay in Aquarius moving forward. So this is like a really interesting time where we're going to start to see a lot of social changes really come to surface. I mean, just look at what happened with Twitter, prime example, which that's a whole other level of crazy that we won't get into. So this full moon highlighting all these retrograde periods in our relationships and in our work, you know, the collective energy, our routines, like, you know, after COVID, there's been a huge awakening around how our lives were not working for us and how can we work to make them better. Excuse me. And I feel like this period right now is kind of like, well, let's reassess the lessons that we've learned and like fine tune them a little bit better, and then have the courage to let go, make some deeper shifts and some deeper changes and let go of what's not working for us. And so I have the tarot cards laid out for some lessons in the full moon. And let me get back to my spread here. And as always, I'm using my Caroline Myss archetype cards to kind of highlight the energy that we're kind of working in right now, the high energy and the low energy, and then the Ascended Masters card to kind of highlight who can we call upon to stay in the higher energy of the archetype card. And it's a full moon in Pisces. I forgot to bring my Healing Waters Oracle deck as well, which would have been perfect. But the energy of the archetype that we're currently like living in is the Engineer. And the Engineer is the light attributes is the ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Love that. How perfect for this Pisces energy, which is all about creativity and expression. But now we've got the Engineer to help us stay stable, you know, and the Sun being in Virgo energy, and the talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. That is where Virgo really excels. So this is really, this Engineer energy really facilitates that Sun in Virgo, full moon in Pisces kind of energy. And the Shadow attribute is reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences, where we are overly analytical and we're not taking, we're not moving from a place of like, of creativity, right? Like when we are working mechanically, we get the best results when we come from a place of love when it comes to life, right? Life situations. And then our Ascended Masters, and I didn't post a video to my channel for the new moon in Leo, but my collective reading I did on Facebook that week, Hina came up for the new moon in Leo, and she's here again for the full moon in Pisces. And Hina is a Polynesian and Hawaiian moon goddess who's considered so beautiful that no one can look directly at her. She felt compassion for the natives, so she threw pieces of the moon down to the islands to provide for their material needs. The pieces turned into banyan trees, which the native pounded into tapis cloth for use in clothing and commerce. Call upon Hina for issues evolving, fertility, attraction, and manifestation. And Hina is here to help us facilitate freedom. Walk away from restrictions and be free. Have the power and the right to change your life so that you experience more freedom. And how do we do that? By letting go of the negative influences, right? The full moon is about releasing the negative influences, and Hina is here to help facilitate that, to bring about a deeper feeling of freedom the freedom to be our authentic self. The universe always supports the desire for expansion, creativity, and freedom. So that's really beautiful. And so we have the tarot cards for the full moon in Pisces specifically. What dreams have come into my consciousness in the last 6 months, reflecting back to that new moon in Pisces when the sun was in Pisces. And we have the Emperor. And this is really, I'm using my Philly tarot decks. We have Benjamin Franklin as the Emperor holding the kite and the key. And he's got some mountains in the background. So the Emperor represents Aries astrologically. It's about like taking action, kind of, having that position of leadership. So, what kind of dreams have come into consciousness? Where do we want to take more of a role of leadership in our life? And how is that going to help serve others, right? Because the Emperor takes leadership to serve, is the way I like to think about it. And then how can I manifest my dream and to bring it into being? Well, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I don't remember who she is, but she is a singer. I don't have the little book that tells me who everybody is. And so the Queen of Pentacles, how can we manifest my dream and bring it to being? Well, the Pentacles is the earth, right? We have the Virgo energy, the earth energy here. So I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, how can we manifest that? I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is about manifestation in the physical realm. And it's also like a really loving motherly energy. There's a connection to creativity here. So, the dream is to step into more of a role of leadership, but we can do that through stepping more into like our earthy, feminine energy, really working with what's around us physically, focusing on our finances as a part of that as well. What hidden emotions are being illuminated right now? We have the Seven of Wands reversed. The next 4 cards are all reversed. And Seven of Wands is like trying to show up, maintain your individuality, right? Like people could be telling you that you can't do this. And the Seven of Wands are like, hell yeah, I can do this. So the hidden emotions, it's reversed here. It's time to, and again, and this kind of comes back into alignment with the Emperor. What are the dreams that we've had? What are the hidden emotions? Well, it's like, it's time to like stand up, and stand firm in our identity, in our individuality. Maybe recognizing where we're not standing up, coming into that role of leadership, like where are we backing down? So what am I trying to escape? We have the Death reversed, and death is about transformation, right? The rebirth cycle. So what are we trying to escape? Like, change is hard, and we always want to take the easy way out, right? It's just like human nature. That's how we survive. The easier things can be, the easier it is to survive. So maybe we're trying to escape the work it takes to create some transformation in our life, right? The only way out is through. We really have to be willing to go within. It's called shadow work, and it's not about the parts of ourselves that are negative. That's like, people think shadow and they think there's a negative connotation. What shadow work really means, it's the part of ourselves that we've repressed, that could be good or bad, because for whatever reason we've been told that or life has conditioned us to repress that from ourselves. And, even if it's like a negative trait, if we can bring it to light, if we can work with it, it can become a strength. If it's a strength that we are afraid of stepping into, like how can we let go of the fear of stepping into that truer, more positive aspect of self, right? So it's time to bring light, let go of the fear around the transformation. And what is my intuition trying to tell me? The 9 of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands reversed. What is my intuition trying to tell me? Stop working so damn hard. Is really, I don't think, it can be easy. It can be easy. We just have to have a little more courage. We have to have a little more courage. But then what do I need to release in order to dream big? We have Temperance reversed. And Temperance is about coming to balance in life, coming to balance with the self. And so Temperance reversed here, what do I need to release? Where are we out of balance in life? How can we find balance within? We've got a Sixers player on that. It's just kind of funny. So in order to dream big, we've got the Emperor. How are we not in alignment with our goals? It really starts with alignment with the self. When we get really, really clear on what it is that we want, on what we need, then it is easier for us to find that. So if you're not getting clear on what it is that you want, right, we've got the 7 of Wands reversed here, showing us that we're lacking some clarity around that. That's why there's this battle going on. It could actually be a battle with the self even. We're fighting against ourselves, and no wonder we've got Death reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed, or in the 10, right? We're fighting against the self to kind of just release on a deep way. Have faith in the universe, right? We have Hina here to help facilitate finding that freedom from within. That freedom comes from within through a shift in mindset to do so. So giving yourself permission to go deep into that shadow work, bring to light those hidden aspects of ourselves that we're afraid of or haven't really come face to face with yet, or even haven't truly acknowledged, don't even know they're there because we haven't given ourselves the time and the space to do so, right? So getting really quiet and having some time for reflection around, okay, I have these big goals. I want to create some more energy of leadership, and it doesn't have to be you're going to go be president of the United States. It could just be how you show up in your day-to-day life. Where are you taking command, taking charge of those aspects of your life that need more attention, right? And paying attention to our physical surroundings, paying attention to our finances. Specifically, we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here, and getting real clear, going within, getting clear on what it is that we truly want, so that we can bring that vision into focus and then bring ourselves into alignment to achieve that vision, whatever that may mean for you. So, and again, we have the energy of the Engineer. Use tapping into your creative energy to help to create practical expression, resolutions. So so that is where we are at for the full moon in Pisces. Sorry, I got a little distracted. So there's a lot of really good things coming up right now, and I just want to take a moment to encourage you to honor yourself for the work that you have done to get yourself to this point, and the work, and that, yes, there's more work to be done, and it can be hard, but we can do it with ease once we get in tune with the vision and figure out how to get in alignment with that vision, All right, so, and I've been encountering this on a really deep and personal way, and the people in my sphere that I'm encountering, I'm starting to see that. So on that note, it is my intention that this message finds whoever needs to hear it most. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for the next video. The links to get in touch with me on my website and social media are in the down below. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, or if you would like your own reading. I would happy to facilitate that for you, right? I am here to help you tune in how to heal yourself on the highest level. So on that note, happy full moon in Pisces, and namaste, my friends.